Good morning. Yes, this is coming a lot. Well, I'm filming this a lot earlier than I usually would. It's just after 10 in the morning. I finally got the girl into school. We had a bit of a morning, but toddlers. And also, it helped me to sort of, when situations just make you reframe stuff, that I won't have this time with her at her age for forever. So I'm really taking it. Why can't I see something? I'm really taking advantage of the fact that I can play with her in the morning. We can jump around in the morning. And we had some sort of dance party. And then she had an injury because she was climbing me like a tree and I told her not to. Anyway, and she's wearing her party shoes, her birthday shoes, to school. So she looks a little bit like, is it Dorothy? The one with the red shoes, the red shiny shoes. That's what she's got on. Yesterday, after filming what I posted, I was on my way to my daughter's nursery to pick her up and then go back to get my son from drums, which is near my old workplace. And as I put her in the car and I was getting in, like going around to my side, I saw my old boss, my old manager. Thankfully, he didn't really see me and I didn't really make eye contact. I just saw him from the corner of my eye. So I was like, oh, okay, phew. Because it would have just been so weird after having talked about it on what I posted. And then I had to adjust my daughter's door or something. So I had to go back. And then as I was coming back to the driver's side, my boss's wife, who was my work wife at my last job because she worked at the same place, she was coming to the door, and as soon as we saw each other, we literally made the same sound, which was like, oh, that's the only way I can describe the sound. And she just she gasped a little bit, and then even though she was running because she was trying to catch the door, and then we had a hug, and it was one of those hugs that was like a good 10 seconds. And I can't remember I don't think she said anything. Maybe she did or something. All I know is I replied with, I know, it's okay. Or something like that. Or she asked me something, I said, yeah, I'm hanging on or something. But it was such a nice release of I don't think I was angry or anything. But I really didn't want to see my boss, my ex-boss. I really didn't. Because the small talk is the same. Have you found anything? Any leads? Blah, blah. It's always the same thing. And I don't actually enjoy making people feel uncomfortable. If I can avoid it, even though I'm the one I have every right. I don't know what else to say. I have every right to feel uncomfortable, or for them to feel uncomfortable. I still don't like it. But at the same time, yesterday, I had no capacity left at that time to absorb anybody's discomfort at the situation. Because at the end of the day, yes, it wasn't his fault, but it's his company, he's their representative, he's the one that offered me the job, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, to then see his wife instead was just nice, because I was able to, it's just a different, she's a woman, she's a mom, she's a wife, she gets it. And the short time we were working together, we really connected. And I always make better connections with women anyway, on a just not on a deeper level than just a surface level. So yeah, so that was yesterday, and when I got home, I think I was okay, and I was very conscious of not taking out how I was feeling on the kids. I was very conscious of it, but after I picked up my son and we got home, I don't know what he asked me. He asked me if I was okay or something. Again, I don't know about other kids, but my children always pick up on my energy. Always, always. Maybe because I try to, or rather, I make it a point to not hide how I'm feeling. If I'm upset, they'll know. If I'm, and the more I share how I'm feeling with them, they actually tailor their response to me or reactions to me based on how I'm feeling once they can sense it. But because my son, he's 8 and he's very intelligent, and he asks questions like, "Mommy, are you okay?" And I think I said, "No, not really." And then he started talking about something else. And it was a good maybe half an hour later that he said, "Oh, Mommy, you said you were not okay. What was the matter?" And then I told him, I said, before I came to get you, and I went to get your sister, I saw my old boss, and so I just, he goes, "Oh, and that makes you a bit upset, doesn't it?" And I said, "Yeah, they did make me a bit upset." And just that interaction made me feel better. And then we all had dinner. I had dinner with them at the same time, and my daughter insisted that I had to get into bed with her. She's in my bed. I normally just leave her, then she sleeps within 10 minutes, but she's like, no, because I was talking to my son in their room, and she's like, "No, Mummy, come lie down." And then I lay down on the foot of the bed. She goes, no, come and lie down properly, let's have a cuddle. So we did, and that was really nice. I just got changed in my pajamas because I'm like, I've already had dinner. I don't feel like watching anything. So, and yeah, it was nice. It was comforting. She does always tell me she's my mummy, and I'm like, yes, you are. And then I sent a text to my husband because I realized that with people, not just men, because I'm trying not to stereotype, with people that are not naturally, what's the English? With people that don't naturally pick up on what you're going through, you kind of have to tell them how you feel. Because, especially, like I said, I don't like to take out how I'm feeling on anybody. But sometimes the difficulty is in talking about how I'm feeling. Because obviously talking about how you're feeling means you have to feel the feelings again, and sometimes you don't want to. So it's kind of sort of easier for me to talk about my feelings while I'm feeling them, so I don't have to talk about them later or something. So I messaged him to just say I bumped into my boss and his wife, and I just feel numb, and I just want this feeling to end, like the feeling of always feeling this when I see them at nursery. And he came down straight away when he read it. He came down from the office, and he did say some lovely words which I can't remember any of, but again, there's nothing he can say that's going to change anything, but also there's nothing new he can say that's going to make any difference. But it was still nice to hear it. It was still nice to hear him say it. I gave him a 9 out of 10 for how he dealt with that. The only reason why he's not getting a 10 is because he didn't give me a hug. That was it. But I should have asked for one, but it's fine. So yeah, once we talked about it, that was it. It was gone. And I think I went down to get a snack, some toast, because I could feel my ulcer like trying to make babies. That's how I explain it. So I was like, right, I'm not going to push myself into ill health, because one of the things I mentioned yesterday is I want to put myself first and get myself back and be healthy emotionally, physically, everything. So I did go have some toast and some more water. I didn't have any yogurt, so. But yeah, so that was last night, and I just wanted to record this. I could have recorded this last night because of how I was feeling, But I think part of how I was feeling yesterday was it anger? It wasn't anger, but it was that thing of, okay, one, I've decided not to look for 9 to 5 anymore. Two, I've gone to the place near my old office for the last time, and then 3, I've bumped into them. So I was just like, oh, okay, I guess everything's happening at the same time, so yeah, whatever. But and then today, the webinar I had this morning, which I dipped out of because my phone just stopped working, was about career pivots and this and everything they were saying about how to use LinkedIn and how to do XYZ. They're all things that I've already done. How you can reach back out to the place you've applied for a job and you got rejection. How you can use that rejection to ask questions. I've done all of that. How you can reach back out to the agent and ask them if they have another agent. I've done all of that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do and still nothing's happening. So I might as well just stick to what I feel comfortable in feeling, which is to not do 9 to 5 anymore for now, and just, so today I'm going to get my hair done, and then I'm going to I need to finish 2 jobs I need to do today, and then that's it. But yeah, that's the update. And then now I'm going to get coffee from my favorite drive-through with my favorite pretend boyfriend, and I'm gonna have a lovely day. So whatever you guys are doing, have a wonderful day, and peace and love. Bye.